We're the Con Guys, and this is the Con Guys Show, coming to you straight from the nerdy heart of Hollywood, California.
And this is Jim with theconguy.com.
She's been here with theconguy.com.
Katie here, aka the Con Girl.
Zordon did not want 5 teenagers with attitude.
My name is Derek Sam.
I'm Danae Sams, and that's my brother.
We are your home for news, opinions, and interviews from the world of Comic-Cons and fandoms. Your ultimate insiders for all things con.
Welcome to the Con Guy Show Live, everybody, where we as filmmakers discuss the worlds of fandoms, films, and Comic-Cons, especially one of our favorites, the Power Rangers. My name is Jim. I'm a screenwriter and the editor-in-chief of the Con Guy site and the show here. And with me today is my writing partner and partner crime, Luke, otherwise known as
Cheeseman. What's up, everybody? Cheeseman, one of the founding members of the conguy.com, and also a screenwriter and social media director for the Con Guy.
All right.
Yeah.
And as many of you guys know, here on the Con Guy Show, we love all things Power Rangers. And this week we have two of our favorite actors from the franchise. And I actually mean that. You guys, the two people we have on this week are some folks that I've gotten to know a little bit better, and I really love them both. Alyson Kiperman Sullivan.
Likewise.
And Jack Guzman from Power Rangers Wild Force. Welcome to the show today, folks.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having us.
And this is really a cross-country podcast we're having today. Allison's coming to us from the West Coast, and Jack's all the way on the. I mean, you guys are both on the coast. You're both looking. You both can see the oceans from your hometowns right now.
Atlantic and Pacific.
I wish.
Next weekend we'll all be together. This coming weekend.
Yay! It's gonna be fun.
But real quick, just for those who I don't know why they wouldn't know, but Alyson, why don't you give us a little bit of an introduction to yourself and your time with the series? Sorry, we caught you off guard here.
Hope you're prepared.
Well, I just never talk about myself. I'm an actor, so it's hard. Sorry, I'm full of dad jokes. That's something you should know about me. Hi guys. Yes, I played Taylor Earhart on Wild Force. I was a Yellow Ranger. It was 20 years ago this year. I can't believe, Jack, that was 20 years ago. Right?
It's crazy. Crazy.
But I think probably, and I'm sure Jack feels the same, to be able, we're so lucky because Jack and I have been on lots of TV shows, but we don't have fans want to really talk to us about all the other shows. This seems to be really one of the shows from our whole careers that fans really want to talk about, and that's still making fans happy. And to me, I think that's one of the best things about having been a Power Ranger is still making people happy to this day. And so 20 years later, I think we're really blessed and we're really excited to still be talking about it. And
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And Alyson, we have somebody who wants to say hello. I'm going to pronounce the name incorrectly, and that's my bad. It's Quan.
Hi, Quan. Okay. I know Quan.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Quan. Thanks for tuning in.
All right. Jack, tell us about yourself, a little bit of an intro.
Again, man, Jack Guzman. I was the Black Ranger on Power Rangers Wild Force. Like Alyson said, bro, and everything exactly like she said. And for me, imagine even more in the sense that I went literally from doing just extra work, because that's all I planned on doing when I got to Hollywood. I didn't really want to be an actor or anything. So just to go from being an extra one morning and then literally the next day or the next Monday, you're going to be, on a series as a series regular, it was a huge deal for me. And I learned so much that I was able to take throughout my career. And then also, like Alyson said, I've been on vacation sometimes, and I'll say, oh no, yeah, I was on such and such show, and they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. And oh no, but I was also on Power Rangers? Oh hell, So it's something that the entire world knows. So it's unbelievable to be a part of that family,
And Jack, just to let you know, your microphone was getting a little bit scratchy there. I don't know if you're all the way plugged in.
It's my phone.
Yeah, it sounds scratchy.
Yeah, just kind of got scratchy. You had a little bit of a robotic vibe, like aye. You could have been.
It's his sexy voice. He has a sexy voice. Don't be
now
jelly.
He knows he could be a robot voiceover.
That was my audition for hopefully the next job.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
All right. I do have to throw one thing up though. Like, the one thing that I did not realize before the show was this is the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers Wild Force. You guys have a really cool 20 years of Wild Force panel coming up at Ranger Stop on Saturday there in Orlando, Florida. After 20 years, the Defenders of Animarium are back together. Let me just ask you, just to kind of start off, have you guys kept in touch? I mean, I know that you've seen each other, but I know the Power Rangers is kind of a family. Have you kept in touch very much with the Wild Force actors over the years?
I think we try to as much as possible, but obviously some have gone on and have families now and kids, and then Ali has a business, so does Jess, so they're just really busy. Now I moved to Florida, so it always makes it a little harder, but definitely, at least myself, I always try and keep some type of in touch and say hello, once in a while at least, and see how everybody's doing.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Alyson?
Jack and I, for a few years, did God, how many years ago was that, Jack? 7, 8 years ago. We did so many cons together. We traveled around, and we had lots of fun doing that. I don't know how many years ago it was, maybe 9 years ago. I had Master Org and Jack and Rick over for dinner. And that was a really special night, I think, for all of us, because that was like the first time that I think we sat down as kind of grown-ups, and also with Elia, who was amazing as Master Org. He's such an amazing actor. I mean, he works all the time. He's amazing. But that was like really like a very bonding evening for all of us. And I cooked dinner, and the boys were so sweet, said they liked my pasta, which was very dry.
It was good. It was good.
Not the little
but that was
can't fix.
no
There's a shot of you
good.
guys from 20 years ago. We're looking at it.
And we look the same, Jack. Isn't that amazing?
It's crazy.
It's exactly the same.
No.
That's
Jack
awesome.
looks foxy. He knows it. He's okay. He's doing good.
Thank you.
I do have one question though, and then I'm gonna throw it over to Luke. So, Jack, you being in Florida are a little bit more used to this, but there's Ranger Stop is this weekend. There's also something else that's this weekend. It's this big tropical storm that's moving into Florida right now.
Is that really, you guys? I did not know this.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Jack, are you
Okay.
watching the news? Yeah. Like, no, it's supposed to be gone by Saturday, but it's supposed to be, it's going to be hitting Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, so when I'm flying in?
Yep.
So when I'm flying in? Awesome. Wow.
50-50
Excellent.
chance of landing. It's fine.
Oh,
Well, guys, maybe this is my last interview, and wouldn't that be really morbid if I said that and then it was?
Oh my god.
Edward Sanchez
We'll all
says
be
you
on
guys
DMZ.
still look the same, by the way.
God
Oh,
bless
thank
you,
you.
Edward.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Here's a question from Quan. Ellie and Jack, looking back at the series, was there any storyline for your character that you wish you could have explored more on the show?
Good
Jack.
question.
For me, definitely the whole Kendall thing, of course. I would have liked for her to come into the series a lot earlier, so that we could have done a lot more. And maybe at the end, if that's what they wanted, then fine, throw me to the side and don't let me get the girl, but at least let me enjoy her throughout the series. But
She was so cute.
that
Sweet
was
girl,
cool.
too.
I had a lot of fun doing that.
What about you,
And
Ellie?
I felt really lucky with all of my backstory that the show showed, because I know that not all of the series show as much backstory and really develop the characters as much as Wild Force did. I mean, a lot of them do, but I feel like we got to be individuals really in it. I felt, and so I was really happy with showing Taylor going back to the base and reminiscing, right? And then at the end getting to go back and climb up her plane and fly with the Eagle Zord. Like, that's like one of the most badass things I'll probably ever get to do in my life, is play Taylor Earhart. Really?
That's awesome.
Jack is laughing. Jack always laughs at me. So
I love everything you say. You always crack me up, man, because you tell things that really sometimes we don't even think about. Like, that's awesome what you're saying for as a fan and as me being next to you while we were working. Like, how cool to hear that, because it's like, yeah, that is badass.
thanks, honey. Well, as a woman, it's not like, hey, do you want to play this badass character? You want to play this badass? And 20 years ago, guys, I mean, it's much different now. I mean, we're all watching Netflix and all these shows, and there's so many women who are playing badass characters. But 20 years ago, when I was 24, you should have seen all the characters I played prior. They were like either bitches or the rich girl in school who was mean. I mean, total typecasting, because I'm no way like that. But to play an Air Force pilot, you guys, at 24 years old, I was like, this is so badass.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, thank you.
And real quick before Luke does, I just in case, David Baird, he goes, it's after midnight here in the UK. Well, worth staying up for.
Thanks, David.
Luke,
Appreciate
Get
it.
some good sleep.
Well, talking about working together and all that, do you remember the first day you guys met each other when you started working together, or first day on set?
Yes.
Yeah, you do, Ali?
Well, honey, when suddenly you showed up, right? Because I think we're pretty open about you taking over, right, as the Black Ranger.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you guys know that when we first started, when Wild Force and Princess Shayla were cast for a few weeks during training, we all had to do training. We all had to do physical, like learn how to do stunts and fighting. There was someone else who was cast as the Black Ranger, and there was someone else who was cast as Princess Shayla. So
You guys didn't know that?
no.
Yeah. And so we finished training, and then like all of a sudden we get to set, and there's this tall, handsome dude, and he's like, "Hi, I'm your new Black Ranger," and we were like, "What the fuck? What the fuck happened?" Excuse my French. But what happened?
You saw the ad, that's how.
But like, you guys, Jack is such a very warm human. Like, he's a very warm person, and he loves to laugh, and he smiles, and he's like, we instantly, I think, kind of fell in love with Jack, and we were instantly so happy to be together, and we're very joyful.
Yeah,
So
I mean, imagine, man. Like I said, I went from literally being just an extra, bro. That's all I was doing, and it's to all of a sudden, hey, here's 3 scripts. You're shooting the next 3 weeks. You're on a series now, and I was like, what? Every second that they yelled cut for the first week, I thought it was, hey, come here, man. This guy, it's not gonna work out. He can't handle it. But yeah, like she said, from the moment that I met and I got to the stages and everybody introduced themselves, they were so welcoming, man. It was awesome. I really, really felt at home. They never.
you were a great Ranger.
Like an outsider. Thank you, Ali.
You were.
It was awesome. It was great, man.
So David Baird, who is in the UK, he has a question right now. He says, if you could be in any of the other series of Power Rangers, which would it be? And I'll even throw in and why.
Jack, do you know?
Yeah, I always say the original. I've personally never seen any other series besides Wild Force, but just because they're the originals, that's the only one I would want to be a part. Besides that, I want to be Wild Force.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
And also too, I think we've made friends with people from the first seasons. And that cast, I've spent quite a bit of time with them, and I just love them. So to be able to be kids with them and shooting and do all that, I think would have been pretty fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Wild Force, I love animals, and I think we had a great storyline, and I think it was really sweet. It was a sweet storyline.
That's cool.
So I'm happy we got to do it.
So Quan says, I love Jack and all of his Instagram posts about food. Much love, Jack.
What kind of food do you post?
Really just anything that I think looks kind of cool or is a nice dish or it's an expensive one, because I say, damn, if I'm going to pay for this expensive dish, I might as well get an Instagram shot out of it, But I don't know, man. I slowed it down a lot with that because that was in LA where I went out and ate a lot. But since I've been here in Florida, I got a real job now, and I'm kind of like, damn, okay, now we're not at the same level. I can't be going out to eat like that.
Well, and it starts to stick like glue when you go out and eat like that. It starts to stick on your body the older you get, and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe that wasn't exactly worth it.
Like you can't eat till you get sick anymore, or feel so full that you can't walk for the next 2 hours.
Exactly. Yes.
You can't eat entire pizzas.
Yeah.
With Dr. Pepper.
That I'm learning to get rid of, man. The eating until you're sick.
Yeah.
I had to slow that down. Yeah.
Speaking of food, what did they feed you on set? Like, do you remember the kind of meals they gave you?
Amazing, bro. And everything that you can think of. I think we even had sushi sometimes. Or no?
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't remember.
No, maybe not sushi. Sorry, that's a little much. Maybe that was.
We might have.
No, that was for another set. But we ate. No, but we ate good, man. Really good food. Always had great catering, and I always say that I was super spoiled because I would go to the craft truck, and at 5 o'clock always I would say, hey, can you guys make me a little turkey and cheese sandwich so that I can eat it on the way home, so that I can get home digested and go to the gym,
That's awesome.
Smart.
Yeah. So I had.
I didn't never think of that.
Yeah, so they used to feed me very nice, man. They were great.
Oh.
It was Jack's little secret. If he told everybody, he wouldn't have got a sandwich, So if he tells you or someone else, then everybody's going to want a sandwich on the way home.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
Yeah. I had to keep it.
Yeah, I guess. Our craft service woman. So we had like a kitchen on the soundstage. Jack, do you remember that?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
And she would bake cookies, and you could like smell them, and she would like make milkshakes.
Oh,
and do you remember this?
The shakes that she used to make.
Oh, wow.
Now, my costume changed halfway through. I don't know if anyone noticed my hair and my costume changed a little bit, but I gained some pounds while shooting because of the good snacks on set. So I had to stop doing that, as I had to slow that down. Well, because it's sitting right there, and you have a lot of downtime. We had a lot of downtime, right, Jack? Like,
for sure,
waiting.
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean, I always joke around and I tell people that, man, if we're on a set 12 hours, we're probably in our trailers 10 hours and 2 hours shooting.
Don't tell them that. They'll think that we're not working.
Yeah. Well, like I said, now that I have a real job, holy cow, did we have it good.
Dude. Yeah. Why do you think people keep trying to act for forever?
Yeah, I think I might have to go back to it.
And Alyson, this summer at San Diego Comic-Con, you had a pretty busy schedule while you were there, but
was bananas.
Yeah, you actually hosted the Boom Studios panel about their comic books. And was that one of your first hosting or moderating panels, or have you done that before?
Super easy, right?
Yeah, right.
Let me tell you, the Boom Studios one, I had 5-hour-long prep sessions for that, which I didn't know I was going to have to do. That was like a job. And I had like 5 pages of dialogue for that. That was not a regular hosting. Oh, I just have some questions. It was, and I did an ad for Hasbro. It was interesting. I didn't realize I was signing up for that. But I was really nervous, you guys. But
you did great. You did great.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Because I was so nervous and I had to wear a mask, and I got all dolled up, and I was like, I had to wear a mask on the stage. Anyways, sorry. Masks are important, by the way. I'm not saying don't wear masks. Masks are very important. But there was no one around me. Anyways. But I have hosted a lot after the Power Rangers. I worked for Actors Entertainment for a few years, and I don't think people really know this. But I hosted live this hour-long shows, and I hosted the red carpet.
Oh.
But I've done a lot of hosting. And I wrote and I hosted for the Thai Food Network. So but it had been over a decade since I'd done that. So I was really quite nervous doing it. And it was Boom Studios. Like, Jack, so do you know who Boom Studios is?
I think they made a comic about Power Rangers.
Yeah, and Jack, they're really awesome. They're amazing.
No, I've heard they're amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because honestly, I didn't know about this stuff prior because I'm not super into comics,
Sure.
but I've really gotten into them and to this because our Power Ranger comics are amazing, Jack.
Oh wow, I haven't seen them.
They are.
Yeah, they're really cool. And Melissa Flores just took over. She's the new writer of our Power Ranger series, and she's amazing. So I will have to bring a comic book of the Power Rangers to Florida so that you guys can see it.
Please
Sorry,
do.
I'm talking too much.
Amazing.
No, that's great.
Sorry.
I wanted to get to because you talked about how you guys, if you had your choice, you would have enjoyed being on that first season of the Power Rangers. And I was going to say, you remember the panel we had when Walter came kind of dancing in towards the middle of the...
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
That was so good. That was so good. But
I got to sit next to him.
Yeah.
He's such an amazing vibe. He's an amazing, positive human.
So much
and
energy.
yeah.
But
so youthful, that was one of the things that was talked about there, is just like how he hasn't aged and he's still got the energy and vibe. Like he could still like almost be on the show,
Yeah.
He's not that much older than Jack and I. Okay, Luke.
I'm saying we've said the same thing about you all.
Guys
too.
are so
aged. It's like you look the same, if not better, than when you're on the show. So
I'm sorry, sweets. I'm totally giving. Luke is my friend, so I'm giving him trouble. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, she came to Luke's birthday party, which was a lot of fun.
And if I look distracted, I'm still watching the Buccaneers and Rams games. Talk about two coasts. We got Florida versus.
How dare
right
you!
Now. It's
Florida
the final drive.
California.
Brady. Oh,
who's winning?
Yeah. Brady's trying to win the game right now.
Okay.
It's 13-9, 13 seconds left, fourth quarter. Brady's right there at the 10-yard line.
See, I would have said all that, but I can't make it. I have to go like this to look. So.
Yeah. Hold on. Give us 5. Yeah.
But let me ask you this question about season 1 or all the seasons. How does your season, what makes it stand out? What makes Wild Force stand out? Because there's a question right here from David. He goes, are you surprised how far the show has reached and its longevity? 29 years. We're on the cusp of a 30-year anniversary for the series, 20 years for your show. What is it about your show that makes it stand out over 30 different years?
Yeah.
Man, number one, I'm super, super amazed that this Power Ranger series went even past the first one. To me, I've always said it that when I was asked if I was a fan, I thought the series was terrible. The monsters looked weird. They looked fake and all that, So to me, amazing that this guy has gone and is still going on. Now, as far as our season, again, I haven't seen any other season, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But for me, bro, I'm biased as I can be, man. I was in it, For me, it's like, how awesome. No one can ever take that from me, man. The rest of my life, I can, especially with all this technology, I can now get on a phone and go, yeah, look, man, that was me right there. That all the entire 44 episodes, that was me. I know what it's like to be a series regular in Hollywood, California. I did it at the top of the top, and what an amazing, an unbelievable time. And just the 20 years I spent in Hollywood were surreal. And obviously Power Rangers probably the biggest year of my life and my career. So that shows you how stoked I was about it.
That's
and guys, I would be watching TV with my mom and my husband, and their Jack would be, and I would take pictures of the screen and send them to Jack. Like, Jack, you didn't tell me you were doing this. This is so awesome. Like, so super proud of him. But you're welcome. Well, you worked your buns off, and you're very talented. But I think that Wild Force has a lot of heart. And I think it has a lot of fans' favorite episodes in it, like Forever Red, which we pretty much weren't in all that much. But then we had this really epic team up with Time Force, which is such an amazing season. And then I think our 2 final episodes are really powerful and they're intense. And they wrap up our characters very well. And like, you know, fans have told me that not all the seasons do that. So I think heart mixed with, and all of us were so unique. Each one of us Rangers were such unique, like so different from each other, right? Came from totally different backgrounds and different jobs. And I think fans like seeing that.
Yeah.
See, something to touch on something that Alyson just said, as far as from an actor that was working and give you what the thoughts were at that time, and then just as a person to a fan. So it's when she said about the Forever Red episode. Imagine, as a fan, of course, how awesome that in our series we have probably one of the most famous episodes that there will ever be.
Can you describe the episode, please, for those who may not be as familiar with it?
No, I have no clue. That's my point. That it's all I know is that it's all Red Rangers got together. That's it. But my point is
it's all the previous Red, Jack, and our Red and Rick.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But for me as an actor at that time, being 100% real, how awesome, because bro, we would work so hard sometimes. And I remember that week prior to that, we had a long week of work that we were all tired. And I specifically
we were tired all the time.
Well, yeah, but I remember them saying specifically, like, hey, this is, we're going to shoot, let's say, on Monday, and this is a Forever Red episode, it's called, and you guys have one scene, and then you're off the rest of the week. And we were like, hell yeah. But yet, it turns out to be one of the greatest episodes of the entire series. So that we're not in. Exactly.
Go figure.
Yeah. So for us, it was just fun, man, to be able to take off and be like, cool, we don't work this week.
Well, but like Jack too, I think most people don't know. Like my call time, yours was later because I had tons of hair to do. But my call time was 5:45 every morning. 5:45, and I lived 35 miles away from set.
Yeah.
So when they're like, "Oh, you don't have to come in for a few days," you're like, "Wait, I get to sleep? No way! I get to sleep past 4 a.m. Are you kidding me?"
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bad sleeper, so that was a little rough. But anyways, it was worth it.
That's cool, Luke.
Something people always tend to like to ask at the panels and all that, are there like certain props, costumes, or just scripts or anything you held onto over the years and on working on the show, or even like items, maybe fans have brought you, to the conventions and all that and given you as gifts?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ali.
No, honey, you.
No, I'm thinking that, like for me, man, the only stuff that I kept was the vest, that black vest that I used to wear when it was me, but my mom has all that. And the scripts and the VHSs, I gave her all of my chair that we had, the Wild Force, chair.
Do you have both of them, Jack?
Both of the chairs?
Yeah.
No, just one.
Oh, I took both of them.
Nice. Good for you. Smart.
Well, he got his sandwiches. You got both chairs.
Hey, that's fair, because I had to go home and cook dinner for myself when I was knackered. So.
Yeah, it's funny
okay, guys.
Go ahead.
What? Sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you.
No, that I was saying that everybody always asks about if we took stuff from the set, and now I'm like, God, we're so silly. We should have taken everything. What were they going to do?
That shit was under lock and key.
But for me, obviously, seriously, man, the only reason why I didn't take that helmet or the phone or anything is because I kept saying in my mind, man, if these people think that I stole something, they'll ruin my career for the rest of my life. They'll blackball me and say I'm a thief. And I was like, is it really worth it for a prop? Now I'm like, God, how cool would that have been?
Yeah. It's somewhere out there. Maybe it will return. And thank God for your mom keeping some of your stuff, because moms are better at holding on to stuff than
definitely.
So Brad,
this is the shopping section. I'm like seeing these questions. Sorry.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But guys, you know what? Fans really blow us away. They'll like make stuff. I mean, they're like amazing artists. They'll like make us toys, and they and they like, I mean, I have some of my coolest props from the show have been given to me from fans. And I started putting them out on my tables, and then like sometimes little kids started breaking them, and I was like, no, because I'm like, that's my toy, you broke my toy. But yeah, like fans give us morphers, and I think one of mine who I just met recently is making, I think he's making my sword.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I'm so excited. Yes. But yeah, we took a few things from set, but they were given to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that spandex is not fitting us anyways, so
No, but I won't lie. It would be cool, man, to have that outfit and,
yeah,
and,
what
you know, like shoot. I would put that on a nice
Totally.
frame and be like, bro, that was me in the day.
totally.
So, because we probably only have about I haven't asked you how long you guys have until your phones die, but like if we have about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then before we have to enter, but we do have to talk about Ranger Stop Orlando. I do want to throw that in there. Ranger Stop coming up this weekend in Orlando, Florida. If you guys have not yet purchased your tickets, you can go to rangerstop.com and grab your tickets. Let me see. It's rangerstoporlando.com. Rangerstoporlando.com and get your tickets. They have a full lineup of panels, events, and the largest gathering. I talk about it like it's toys. The largest gathering of actors from the series on the East Coast. It is huge. It is a really huge event. And have you both been before to Ranger Stop?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Jack,
today.
Sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm a little hungry, so I start getting a little loopy. Sorry.
Yeah,
Jack, on my Facebook page
for all the time.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks, Luke. On my Facebook page today, and I don't know, Jack, if you saw this, and I don't go on Facebook all that much, but from last Ranger Stop, all my pictures came up from us being there.
Damn, no, I don't have Facebook, so.
Okay. Well, it came up today.
Nice.
Yeah, they're really sweet, and yeah,
no,
it's
we
nice
always
seeing.
have a good time at Ranger Stop, man.
They take such good care of us, and
Yeah.
it's such a great vibe. Like since it's smaller than our Morphicon, you know, it's like it's like more cozy, and like you get more time with each person who comes to visit you at your table, which is also really nice because, like, you know, you're there to spend time with each other. So
that's really cool. Like when we saw a lot of you at the Power Morphicon, I was kind of blown away. Like so many people in one spot, but that was a crazy amount of people that was at that event. So full, and I'm looking forward to the Ranger Stop Orlando. By the way, I don't know if I used to live in Orlando. That's kind of like my old stomping grounds. I used to live there. I love Florida. And I do want to say this. I was kind of joking.
The safari ride at Disney World.
For like 3 months, I drove the safari at Disney World for 3 months.
Really?
Like 20 years ago, yeah. But
that's awesome, man.
I do want to make sure I'm not scaring anybody away, guys. There's not going to be a hurricane this weekend in Orlando. I was just kind of playing it. That they really are having a tropical storm moving in, but they think it's going to be blown out by Friday, so it's all good.
So after we fly in, okay,
yes. We will have to drive in through it. Like I'm flying into Miami and driving up in the middle of it on Wednesday.
Please be safe. Yeah. Please be safe.
Because
I'll text you and check on you.
Yes. Yeah, we will check in once we get there. But the forecast for during the convention is beautiful and sunny, so I think it's going to be a great weekend. You will be signing at the convention?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, do people sign up ahead of time to get you for that, or do they come up to the tables?
I think both. It depends on. I think the girls, sometimes you guys do some special stuff and they pre-sell, and then people buy stuff before, but they come to the tables mostly, I would say.
We have, and we have group photos, Jack.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, so that people, people have to sign up for all of the group photos before. But
Yes,
yeah, no, just
the deadline is tomorrow, November
oh, it
7th.
is.
Orders for Ranger Stop convention for group photos is November 7th. So
Okay, well,
hurry up.
One more day, people.
And
we
Jack,
kind of missed out.
do you have your helmet still?
Actually, a gentleman, and I wish I could remember his name right now, but I can't, is going to have my helmet. I put it up on my
Yay!
Instagram.
Awesome.
Philip, both Philips, Drew, Philly, and then me. He made our helmet. So hopefully I'm going to have a brand new.
That is so awesome. I'm so glad because I recently just got my first helmet.
Nice.
And it's like, it's my baby.
Yeah,
like 20 years without a helmet. Isn't it fun?
And actually, I hope I have it there so everybody again could sign it,
Of
I
course.
want the whole cast to sign it. But yeah.
Let me ask a question. Because the series, you're going into the 30th year, and Quan wants to know, and I'll jump on the Allie and Jack, your thoughts on the 30th anniversary special event announcement, and they are bringing in Trini, the daughter character. Do you have any thoughts about what you've heard so far for the 30th anniversary?
Sorry, brother. I haven't kept up with it. I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Have you heard about it, Allie?
Yeah. Do you want to tell Jack a little bit about it?
Well, I think you might. They're having an event, a 30th anniversary event. I know that with all the original Rangers are going to be involved. I don't know exactly
They're there shooting now.
Oh, they finished shooting.
They're there shooting like they're like yeah, so like Walter and Kat and like they're all over there now and shooting. And so Jack, what's really awesome is that they, Trini, the original Yellow, sadly she passed away when she was 25.
Mm-hmm.
So they have cast this beautiful young actress to play. It's her daughter, right, Jim?
Yeah, Trini, her daughter.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they're like really, acknowledging her and paying tribute to her. And it was just, I think, so important and so beautiful because she was the first Yellow Ranger, and she, and she's, sadly, I mean, she's an angel somewhere, but sadly she's missed out, really getting to see the magic of what she created from when she was this young girl.
Absolutely.
So,
and the legacy of how long, because like you would have never thought, being probably at the beginning, like I would have never thought watching the first season as like a fourth grader, like, oh, this series is going to continue. It's going to like each season almost is going to reboot itself, kind of a thing, or just be another, version of Rangers. Like this whole thing is just a monster of a big project. So many Rangers, like,
yeah, man,
it'll be the safest place to be in Orlando. Definitely when you all gather together.
We'll all morph and protect you guys from any storms or from any invaders, right, Jack?
Yeah.
Just make sure you bring a lot of icy hot.
Icy hot, because we're so old now.
So yeah, here's an official, sort of a semi-official. A number of Ranger alumni will be returning to appear in the special that's filming right now, including Johnny Young Bosch, Walter Jones, David Yost, Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Catherine Sutherland. And rounding out the cast is newcomer Charlie Kirsch, who will be playing the daughter of Trini, the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. So that's fantastic.
The OGs.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's great.
So cool.
Yeah, brother, that's phenomenal. I mean, again, what a tribute to the entire series. Again, look, 30 years later now, and look at what they're doing, man.
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
Amazing.
So look, we are probably running up to probably about 10 minutes left before we got to let these fantastic folks go. So let's see if we can get in a couple of good questions to here at the end. But we do have one question that came in a bit ago from Quan. And he just wanted to know, Allie and Jack, did you both originally audition for Yellow and Black, or did you both read for Pink and Red?
I read for just the Black, definitely. That was it.
Hey, Jack, did you know that you were auditioning to be a Power Ranger?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And they
And
told
Because
you
I
that
didn't
before you
know.
took your shirt off, right?
yeah,
Did you have to
Part of
take your
his-
shirt off,
That was
Jack?
part of his audition.
Yeah.
You had to do any stunts or
Jack,
things. You said, yeah.
really?
yeah. Isn't that hilarious? Like now, all this
Because I had
stuff
to take
happening.
mine off too.
Oh,
But I just
really?
thought, no, I'm joking.
Oh, I was about to say,
I'm
damn, that,
joking.
I
You
wasn't
got
expecting
Power
that.
Rangers pants.
Sorry, don't
But-
spread that around. That's not a
Yeah.
valid statement.
but-
Sorry.
Hashtag just joking. Just joking.
Actually, I think it was Jonathan. You know, they kept asking me like, "Hey, will you be able to stay in shape throughout the entire series?" And then that's when I was like, "Dude, imagine now that I'm broke and I'm eating, you know, terrible food, and I can stay like this. If I have you guys catering me and giving me good food and getting a good paycheck, hell yeah, I can stay in shape." So he was like, "Do you mind taking it?" And I was like, "Nah, man. Look, you know." So, but I now thinking back, I am like, damn, that's crazy because now that would never happen in an audition. I don't think, at least, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
I
sorry,
mean,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sure
stop
if
telling
I
jokes.
don't know, the part of Tarzan or something like that, I'm sure, but you would come in
Yeah.
without a shirt. But
Yeah.
whatever. But no, anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was something that did happen to me that I thought was pretty
Did
crazy.
all you guys have to take your shirts off, Jack? I didn't know that.
No, the other guys don't remember doing that, but I seriously do.
Really?
Yeah, man. I was like, damn, the first time in my life that being a little chubby might hurt me here.
But Jack,
Um.
go ahead.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Go on, Jim.
Well, I
Sorry.
was going to ask because on a couple of the panels, Jack, you've talked about how your audition was quite different than some of the later years' auditions. Can you talk about what your audition was like, and maybe Allie, if you want to do yours as well?
Well, I think for me, it was that whole thing that I was replacing somebody that was kind of different. A lot of them went to like 5 auditions, I believe, or something like that. Where for me, I went to one. From that one, I returned, and then they told me, "Hey, we'll let you guys know by tonight," you know. And it was between me and another actor, and I didn't hear anything that night. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't get it." And then that's the whole thing why I went to work as an extra on CSI, and then that morning I got the call, you know, them telling me, "Hey, you got to leave because you got to go pick up your scripts and you start shooting tomorrow." And I was like,
Jack,
"Wow."
you had one audition?
2.
Okay, so you had one with Iris, and then you had a call back.
And then that was it. Everybody was in the room, and that guy was outside. Me and Chino. I don't know if you know Chino. Super cool guy, an Asian dude, pretty buff at the time.
No,
you know,
no.
really nice guy. He was another actor, and it was between him and I.
Honey, I didn't know that. Well,
Yeah.
you got lucky because we had to go back 5 and 6 times. It was
No, yeah,
insane.
But yeah, tell them because I didn't experience that.
What do you mean 5 and 6 times?
Audition,
Yeah.
callbacks, all
Yeah.
that.
Call back.
Did you have to screen test with any other actors?
No. They, Jack, did you have like a little 1-page thing with some dialogue, or like a few pages?
I had the very first one was I think 2 pages,
Okay.
and it wasn't from our season. It was something completely different. And then I read it, and I remember specifically too that I try, and when I go to auditions, I try and memorize it because I don't do well with. So everybody here today will. That'd be me at the audition, and I think it sucks, you know. So I make sure I learn it and I can act. So I did it, and Jonathan was like, "Hey, man, that was pretty good, and you didn't even look at the paper one time or anything." And then that's when I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, it's just I made an effort to memorize it, man," because I explained what I just explained to you guys, and he was like, "Okay." And then that's when they started asking me more things, and they said, "Well, by tonight, you know, we'll let you guys know." And I didn't hear anything, so that's why I was like, "Damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that the show sucks."
You told him that the show sucked?
Yeah, they asked me like, "What did you? Are you a
Wait,
fan?"
you did?
Not that it sucks, but I was like, yeah, like the monsters and stuff. They, you know,
He did the
Oh
Office
my
Space before.
God.
You just saw Office Space, and the more you criticize something, the more they're like into it, you know.
No, you know, and I've never seen that series. That's not my type of comedy. But bro, I just thought literally, like, I was being honest. When I first saw Power Rangers, I saw an episode, Imagine, in Colombia, and it was like, I'm telling you, those monsters were all, and I was like, what is this? This thing is terrible. and look at how life is.
How do you really
They're like,
feel?
what if we cast
I
you?
know.
Okay, I'll
Hold
take
back,
my shirt
Jack.
off.
Yeah, now I'm like, dude, what a beautiful, amazing part, and it gave me my start in my career. You know, I always say Power Rangers for me was like my acting college, man. I learned everything on there.
All right, Cheeseman, we're down to our last two questions. Why don't you go ahead and round us out here?
Just since we were like talking about like conventions and all that, like do you have any like favorite like fan moments at either, you know, Ranger Stop or any other convention of just like moments, you know, that you had?
Ali?
There's just so many. There are many. I'm like, well, I'm a big crier, like anyways, but just hearing stories from people. I've had some much older people. I'm 45, but people much older than I am tell me that like Power Rangers saved their lives, and that might sound really weird to some people, but it's like, you know, young and old people, people would come home and they were having like a really, really rough time, and they would turn the show on, and it just made them feel better, or like they were feeling suicidal, or they were, being bullied in school, and it really helped them through like a very rough time. And to have people at these cons tell me this, and then of course I start crying, because it's just touching, and that they said, your season really, your cast helped me through the roughest times in my life. Things were hard at home or something. And that to me is like, I mean, as a human being, you don't get to do a lot of things in your daily life that help people, really.
Yeah.
Like, really, do you? I mean, Jack, now you're like working in a hospital, right? And you're really probably experiencing that now.
Exactly.
Right? But
Yeah.
like, we did something that has helped people smile or laugh or feel less lonely all over the entire planet. So like, that's why when like fans come to my table and I want to talk to them for long periods, I want to hug them. It's because like that feeds my soul. Like that's what makes me want to go do these cons, is to like know that like I did something good in this life.
For sure.
Make people feel good.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
That's beautiful. Jack, do you have anything to add
Jack,
to that?
can you give us that kind of performance?
Yeah.
Not performance.
No, but
that was
really,
amazing.
I think 100% she nailed it on the head exactly. And I think for myself, though, the only difference is that my character being, the big teddy bear guy, that also, like she said, a lot of the times when people come up to me and we're like, hey, man, I was getting bullied and I saw your character and whatnot. And so, yeah, same exact thing. Everything that she said, though, 1,000% agree. It's exactly like what she said, for sure.
Fantastic. Luke, do you have a final question before we close out the show?
I would just say, yep. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you signing? Are there any panels? Are you going to be there the whole weekend? Just let us know, like, what your plans are.
How can people find you?
Yeah, where can people find you there?
Jack, are you there for the whole weekend?
Yes, I'm there for the whole weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be signing. My Instagram is Jack Guzman Actor altogether. And I'm going to charge $40 for the combo of pictures and the signature.
Nice.
Excellent.
Awesome.
And
I look forward to seeing all of you guys there.
Definitely.
Listen,
we'll have a good weekend, right?
We are so looking forward to it. And I got to just throw in, Alyson, what you just said was so beautiful. And I think because 30 years ago, I guess the con scene wasn't quite as big as it is now, but it is kind of cool the way the two of you've been a part of something that has touched so many lives and people. And like, I just like Quan, he just said it right now.
The merging of TV and film more into the convention scene, because before it was probably more comics and all that, but now they're brought so much TV and media into it.
I just want to read what Quan said. Thank you, the con guy, but thank you, Allie and Jack. This was awesome. Much love to all. The fact that you guys come on here and talk with us, and then you're going to be showing up at the conventions, and that it's like the family that you guys created through your seasons on the show. It continues, and it's kind of cool the way that's able to happen. So thank you guys for being.
We are so lucky.
I just want to thank you guys for being so open to coming on the show and talking with us today and talking with folks. And I really hope that folks, if you have not yet had a chance to get your tickets, go check out now Ranger Stop Orlando, and we will see everybody down there in Orlando. And you can find me here at James D. Fry on Instagram or on The Con Guy. Luke, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Cheese on Couch, and also on theconguy.com.
And Allie, I don't know if you said where to find you online.
It's really short. It's Alyson Kiperman Sullivan.
Okay.
It's
Try saying that backwards. No.
No. Maybe with some tequila. Maybe that'll help.
Tequila in Orlando this coming weekend.
Woohoo!
Again, thank you guys so much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Con Guy Show, the official program of theconguy.com. Find us on the Weeby Geeks Collective or anywhere you listen to podcasts. And now on sci-fi.radio, Saturdays at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, both AM and PM. That's 9 o'clock Greenwich. It's sci-fi for your Wi-Fi.